Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void, and today we've got a best of 5 between Dark and Trap from IEM Katowice 2018, and this is from the round of 12, and game number 1 will be on Neon Violet Square, the ladder edition. In the top left-hand corner of Neon Violet Square, we've got the red Zerg player. It is Dark. And in the bottom right-hand corner, it's the blue Protoss player, Trap. So here we have Dark versus Trap coming at you in this best of 5 for your Sunday. I heard somebody on the comments last week say, I love Sundays, and I love Sundays too. 45 minutes to an hour or more of StarCraft content every single Sunday. What more could you ask for? What more could you ask for, you say? Well, how about live StarCraft? Cast by Falcon Paladin at 6 p.m. Eastern, pretty much every Sunday at twitch.tv/GauntletSC2. I cast the Gauntlet Global Open with just Jordan, a wonderful caster, wonderful fellow human being. Really enjoy casting with him, and it's live stuff, man. It is live stuff, and we get players from all over the place. We get up-and-coming Grandmaster players. We get 15-year-olds like Future of Terran showing up to these things. Clem showed up. 15-year-old French player came in through 3 weeks ago, did extraordinarily well. Actually won the whole thing. We've got old players, well, maybe not older players like Scarlet and Special and Neeb have come around too. Sort of's been there, Lozero's been there. I mean, it is a cavalcade of incredible players. So come say hello today at 6 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/GauntletSC2. Come say hi, at least come say hi to me. Say, hey, Falcon. And if you can refer to Jordan as the other dude, I will appreciate it. Don't tell him I said that, though. Don't tell him that I told you to say that. Anyway, regardless, we've got a best of 5 here from IEM Katowice 2018. A fantastic tournament. Really, really fun. I caught a bunch of the games. Did not catch this particular series, which is why I figured I would cast it. I did watch Deer vs. Impact. That was a ridiculous series that I might cast anyway, even though I've seen it before, just because it was so good. If you have any requests for any other best of 5s, best of 7s to cast from Katowice 2018, let me know in the comments, and I will take it under consideration. One that gets a lot of upvotes, for example, is one that I would probably be inclined to cast. All right, enough of me blabbering about stuff. Let's get the StarCraft going. It is going to be a probe scout here from Trap. He's been probe scouting for a while, though. Knows exactly what's going on. Saw the third base coming up from Dark pretty darn early. It is an Adept on the way from Trap here. First Adept, double gas up, and it is going to be a Stargate opening from Trap. So let's see exactly what we're up to there. And by up to, I mean, do we have an Oracle name? Yes, we have an Oracle name ready to go. Actually submitted by Jonathan, one of my screeners. Wonderful, wonderful individual. Really appreciate all the hard work he does for me. And he submitted some Oracle names, and I was running low, so I said, hey, let's have it ready to go for the next Protoss cast, and it's ready to go. Adept shading on in, Sonic transferring on. There's Lings and Queens, though. It's very difficult for this Adept to really do much at all, but does finish the transfer. Gets in a good position between these mineral lines, or minerals patches. And, oh, in so much trouble. The Surround going to take... Oh, the Juke! I was going to say the Surround takes her down, but the Juke allows her to Sonic transfer and finish that out. Checking the third base to make sure it finished, and then get out of there alive. That was impressive micro out of Trap. Very, very Gosu. Indeed. Oracle is indeed on the way. Speaking of the word indeed, which I'm going to try not to overuse during this cast, the Oracle's name is going to be Jessica Jones. After successfully dealing with Killgrave and fending off the hand with the other defenders, Jessica Jones accidentally fell into a stasis ward until she was found by the Protoss. They threw her into an Oracle and hoped her super strength and great sleuthing abilities would translate into a lot of worker kills. All right, Jessica Jones, you're coming home, actually. Oh, Banelings. Whoa, Baneling Nest. All right, Baneling Nest and a Lings here. 3 shield batteries in production here, though. Was that 1, 2, 3? Wow, Trap knows how to defend against this. I really don't see this doing much of anything at all, and it is fairly scouted by Jessica. She might get some kills. Nah, she doesn't need to. Doesn't need to activate anything. Look at this pressure. So many Lings from Dark. Overlord trying to scout on in. Phoenix does shut that thing down. Here come the Banelings. Jessica Jones picking off 2 of the Banelings. Nope, not 2, but getting on in. What? No, Lings and Banes are in. How did this even happen? The shield batteries are causing major problems, though. The Lings don't care. They're rolling in here into the main base. 6 probes have gone down. It's 24 to 35 Harvesters, though. Trap's going to be okay. Jessica Jones going to assist from the air, and all the Lings do get cleaned up, but more Lings are in. The door was not shut. The door was not shut. Hold the door. Hold the door. Where are these Lings going? No, Lings, you can come right through here. Oh, I guess they're rallying in the front. Stalker plops himself right in between those two buildings and says any Lings that try to come in will have to deal with me. And the Lings decide no. All right, I would say Trap did fairly well there. Oh, except there's still a Ling killing stuff in his natural base. What? Okay, it's gone now. All right, so you're thinking he just got Baneling busted. He just lost how many probes? 9 probes, but guess what he's up? 39 to 37 harvesters. No big deal. Jessica Jones coming in with the Phoenix, going to try to lift the Queen and get some kills down. Spore Crawler already up, which is a bit of a problem. Jessica's up to a kill. Wait, that's not Jessica Jones. Where am I Jessica Jones at? The other Oracle has more of the kills. Yes, she's got 13 kills over here. This is friend of Jessica Jones. It's just like, who's a friend of Jessica? I don't remember her friend's name. What the heck was her name? I watched Jessica Jones. I didn't watch the was it Legion? The team up Marvel Netflix guys? I don't know. Either way, there's 3 Oracles now, so I guess we could call them Foggy and the Daredevil and Jessica Jones, perhaps? Seems possible. But the anti-air here, not that great from Dark, actually. Got a Queen and a Spore Crawler. Okay, 3 Queens at the natural base. Main base has third base has a Spore Crawler, but that's it. Oracles, brum, brum, brum. Target firing down these drones. 5 drones have gone down already. Queens do manage to waddle over there, but it's too late. Too late to stop the carnage. 5 of them have been killed already. Queens continuing to be produced by Dark and sitting on 3 bases compared to the 2 bases, well, 2.5 of Trap. Trap is taking his expansion in the bottom right-hand corner here. He's taking the pocket expansion, which is not usually taken this early in the game, but Trap feels like he needs a 3rd. It's got minimal mineral patches here, but that's okay. I think he'll be fine with it. And yeah, we're going to be 3 bases to 3 bases here. Dark's been on 3 base since the 2.5-minute mark. So the fact that he still hasn't gotten the 4th is interesting. Oh, just kidding. 4th is on the way. I'm surprised Trap didn't shut that down. That he didn't see this happening. The Phoenix didn't lift. Well, I guess lift and kill what? And do you want to activate Pulsar Beam to kill a drone? I don't know that you do. But here comes a nice Adept drop inside the main base. Queen's trying to hit. Well, Queen trying to hit here. Lings rolling on in for the defensive purposes. Are they going to be enough? Now, Warp Prism picks up and boosts the heck on out of there. Swinging back on in, Jessica Jones and friends at the 3rd base location. There's the lift on the Queen. A couple more drones are going to die here. Yeah, the Spore Crawler's getting some shots off, as you can see, but basically doesn't care. Oh, actually does get 1. Oh, no, was that Jessica? Was that Jessica Jones that died? Well, one of them probably was. Yes, in fact. Jessica Jones is dead to the Spore Crawler or their Queen, but 10 drones killed in the last bit here. 59 to 57 total harvesters. Trap, man. Trap doing exceptionally well with this harassment. Hasn't pushed out with an army, but has done a lot of work with Oracles and Phoenix in this Warp Prism. Nevertheless. So 4th base just about done here for Dark. 3rd base is happily up and running for Trap. Getting additional gateways back here to Lings. Trying to see, what do we got? We got High Templar, man. High Templar and Zealots over here. Lings scout what we're dealing with. Turn themselves into Archons. Because there's not Sonic Storm. Sonic Storm is not being researched by the Protoss player, so it's going to be Archons instead. Archons and Zealots. Oh my, it's going to be Archon drop action here. Getting centrifugal hooks is Dark. A Hydralisk Den. 12 more Banelings. Wow, 12 more Banelings, a lot more Lings. It is up 60 to 59 Harvesters at this point in the game. And I think should be able to hold this. I feel like this Queen, Ling, Bane strategy with some Hydras coming in fairly shortly should be enough to deal with this. There's a single Immortal from Trap. Couple sentries too. More Archons getting created here. Morphing. Is that what it is? They're merging. The merging is complete. Yes, that's what they say. Ling's crossing the map, but I don't know if they want to be away from home right now, as there's a huge attack on this 4th base of Dark. I think he's going to lose that one, and then an attack on the natural. Not as big, but it's pulling the whole army of Dark up there to deal with it. 4th hatch is going to go down. Ling's actually going to get surrounded on Trap's attempt to take a 4th base of his own. So 4th base to 4th base ends up falling there. But still pushing on the 3rd base location. Lings and Banes exploding upon the Adepts. There's still an Archon, a Stalker, and an Immortal. They walk into a bar, and they start killing everything in this 3rd base of Dark. The natural base in a lot of trouble here. Drones are forced to fight. Pulling the boys when there's Archons on the field is not good. This is looking exceptionally strong for Trap right now. Can he get this thing done? Archons, Zealots, 20 drones have been killed right now. I just don't see anything from Dark that can shut this thing down. Sure, 8 Hydras are in production, but guess what? Warping in a ton of Zealots, and that's a good game from Dark. Dark is defeated here in game number 1 in 9 minutes and 45 seconds. And more drones are dying. Apparently, Trap has not left the game quite yet, but that's just fine. That is going to be just fine. Wow, so Trap holds on, deals with the early Baneling bust. The shield batteries helping with that immensely, and just Dark did not do enough. 9 probe kills is just not ample, to put it simply. And then the counterattack. The counterattack that came eventually after the harassment, after killing a bunch of drones and trying to keep Dark at home, trying to keep his economy under control, and then just a multi-pronged attacks at the 4th base location, pushing up into the 3rd, while threatening the natural 2, the number of Archons that were there, the number of Zealots that came in. It was just a beautifully executed attack from Trap, and he gets it. So good job in game number 1 by Trap. We'll give him a 1 next to his name, and we'll come back with even more of this amazing best of 5 from Falcon Paladin in just a second. Welcome back to this best of 5 between Trap and Dark by Falcon Paladin. Game number 2 will be on Blackpink, the ladder edition. Trap is up 1 game to 0, and let's see how things shake out in game the 2nd. In the top right-hand corner of the map, we've got the blue Protoss player. It is Trap. And in the bottom left-hand corner, the red Zerg player, it is Dark. So Dark went for the early aggression in game number 1, did not pay off for him. As often happens, if you try to Baneling bust a Protoss and don't kill them, you're going to be behind. From that point on, that worker count was so high for Trap so early, managed to survive and make it work with 3 shield batteries and then a good warping of some adepts there too, plus some Oracle support back home. Dark wasn't quite able to get where he wanted to be. Wasn't quite able to have the units, had the Banelings, had the Lings, but not enough to deal with Zealots, the number of Zealots, and the Archons. Tried to get the Hydras out, but it was just too late. And that's how it happens. All right, where are we right now? Here, it looks like we're going to go, Extractor Pool. Out of Dark here, does get scouted by the probe. This is why you probe scout, especially Protoss players, man. You gotta know what's coming. Being aware of what is coming helps you prepare for it immensely. Probe, blocks it off. Blocks off the natural attempt by this drone with a pylon. Drone decides, fine, I'll expand up here. Not a big deal. Look, I'm not even worried about it. Oh, wait. Is he coming to see if it got canceled? Oh, man. The drone came back to see if it was canceled, and it wasn't. Gonna let it finish. Trap does not let it finish, and wins the race. Just barely won that race. That was amazing. That was so very close. All right, so gets it down. Dark a little bit later than he wanted to, but didn't have to take his natural far away from home, which is probably even better. Cybernetic score on the way here from Trap. Expansion coming up here too. He's got double gas. Yep, double gas. Second gas on the way here. Got a probe ready to go. Did he rally that? Is he really rallying? Wow, he's rallying workers to his assimilator early. That first one's going to sit here for a while before it can do anything. This one too. This is actually very interesting. Haven't seen a pro player do this. But I mean, sure, you got all your probes there when you want them. But man, I mean, that's could have been an extra 2 or 3 trips of minerals for that one. That was very interesting. Probe coming in, making sure this wasn't canceled. Although honestly, a one baser from a Zerg is just so unheard of these days. Especially against Protoss. I can't see any reason for him to do that at this level, especially. It is going to be a Stargate opening here. Overlord, Solo Overlord scouting on in. Going to recognize, okay, it's just a standard wall working on an Adept. He doesn't know it's an Adept, but it's going to be an Adept. It's going to be an Adept. Ling going for the further scout. He's going to see this little Stargate action. And we do have another Oracle name from Jonathan. Ready to rock. Where is it? Ooh, got it. Got it. It's going to be a good one. Going to be fantastic. Ling chasing this scouting probe around here in that 3rd base, getting plopped right on down by Dark 2. So we're just moving into a very standard macro-style game here. Looks like Trap might move out around the 10-minute mark as he did previously. Well, 8-minute is when he moved out, but you know what I mean. Right around 10 minutes, probably earlier than that if you're playing against somebody as good as Dark. Quick plug for the Patreon. Those of you who are supporters of me through patreon.com/FalconPaladin, I love each and one of you for your support. Even $1 a month from y'all gets you access to co-op Far Cry 4 replays that I play with my buddy Wade. If you want to see betrayal, if you want to see people fail in basic tasks, like trying to take down a Jaguar, you'd think it'd be easy if you had a machine gun, but surprisingly not. Feel free to subscribe. Subscribe to me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin. Again, as little as $1 a month is fantastic. There's other reward tiers available too for $5, $10 a month. Many people and supporters are there too. Anyway, check it out. I'd appreciate it. Adepts scouting on in. They do see the 3rd base location. There is, in fact, an Oracle here. I don't know if the Oracle is going to do harassment necessarily, but She's here. So the name is Scarlet. After winning the Pyeongchang Global Tournament in February of 2018, the Protoss found Scarlet and hoped her incredible control demonstrated during the StarCraft2 tournament would translate into extra worker kills in real life. Now, here's the thing. Scarlet mains Zerg, but her Protoss is real good too. So I guess this makes sense. If this was a Zerg who never played Protoss, I'd feel bad about this. I would feel wrong about naming an Oracle against for a Zerg player. But, again, Scarlet Protoss is fantastic. Really fun, actually, to watch her Protoss. She was actually Protoss in the best of 7 4v4 that I cast a couple of weeks ago. Surprisingly little amount of attention on that one. If you just want to search, I don't know what you're going to search on here. 4v4, probably. It is actually in my epic playlist. As, Scarlet does pick off a couple drones there. 3 drones get killed at the third base location. Queens weren't quite prepared for it. But yeah, search the epic playlist. Epic playlist, honestly, if you have some time, just watching all the stuff in the epic playlist is not a bad idea. It's actually not terrible at all. All right, so it's 45 to 54 total harvesters. Dark is up here, 4th base on the way here from Dark. Hasn't taken as much damage from the harassment that Trap's thrown his way thus far, but it's not over yet. Okay, that was not harassment. That was just revelation. That was just the Revelation getting thrown on down. See a lot of that these days. Revelation is a great spell. Usually used to see it against Terran for the most part, but now it's been used in, or being used on Zerg quite a bit more often, I'd say, for the last few months, maybe to a year. Templar Archives is done for Trap at the 5-minute mark. If you don't have a Templar Archives at the 5-minute mark as Protoss, you should feel like a failure. You should be more like Trap and have a robotics facility and a Templar Archives at 5 minutes. Whew! Kind of insane. Kind of insane. Immortal in production here for Trap. Got a Warp Prism moving out for Trap here, too. What's he got in this Warp Prism? It's going to be double Archons. Double Archon drop with the Oracle and the Phoenix. Swinging on over this way, too. 2 probes have gone down. Where the what? Where was that? It might have been just out in the middle of the map here. I don't actually know. Are we stuttering a little bit? Kind of feel like it's stuttering a little bit. What is going on? It should clear up here in just a second. Archons do drop inside the main base. There's Queens. There's Roaches to defend against us. A pretty good composition. And the Warp Prism does retreat from that location when faced with such defense. Revelation sees the Roaches here at this 4th base, recognizing it's not a great place to drop if you happen to be Trap. Warping in sentries. Got some Zealots. Got some Adepts here, too. Wow, what is going on here? Hold on, I'm going to get this cleared up. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Getting a weird stuttering thing with NVIDIA GeForce today. I'm not sure what's going on. But the replay stutters when I'm recording sometimes. I'm not sure how to fix it, but reloading the game seems to work. All right, so another Revelation toss down here by Scarlet. Yes, I think this is the only Oracle. Yes, the only one. All right, so producing Immortals, shield batteries, double Archon here inside this War Prism, Roaches following it around, checking out the Hydralisk Den, Queen stabbing away at it. Okay, so 3rd base is down and running shield batteries up from Trap. This should be fairly secure against Ling run bys just because, well, maybe not. Can this shield battery reach back here? No, I don't think it can. I don't think that's within its radius. Lingering Buys maybe would be a good idea here by Dark, but he is very, very occupied by this Archon drop right now. Observer following the Warp Prism around, or maybe not, just in the general vicinity at this point in time. All right, so 4 bases up for Dark here, 3rd base down for Trap, throwing up a Photon Cannon. That is actually going to do some nice coverage on that mineral line for sure. A Psionic Storm in production here for Trap 2. Working on the grooved spines as well as the +2 melee or missile attack is Dark. And both players just kind of hanging out. A lot of Hydras, a lot of Roaches. Any sign of a Lurker Den is my question. The answer is no. Dark not going for the Lurkers at this point in time. Just Roach Hydra. Woo! Excuse me, had to mute for a bit of a coughing fit there. Don't know what's going on today. Get a glass of water before the next game for sure. Scarlet checking to see Any tech I need to know about? Any sign of a hive? No sign of a hive yet, but very, very soon there will be one starting. Don't you worry about that. Roach Hydra army, insane. Dark's maxed out, you guys. He's at 200 supply at 9 minutes of Roaches and Hydras. They do have the Grooved Spines upgrade. They do have the Muscular Augments. Wait, do they have Muscular Augments? They don't. That's actually Glial Reconstitution. They don't have speed, but it looks like Dark does not care. He doesn't care about it at all. Fourth base warping in here from Trap. Oh, the Roaches and Hydras going to try to get it. Nope. Responding very well here is Trap, a small group of Roach Hydra. Going to threaten this third base here, too. There's 2 Immortals and 3 shield batteries and 2 cannons, warping in some additional stuff, moving some Immortals over here. I feel like he's going to be able to hold this. I don't think Dark should engage, and he's not. He's retreating from this location. Yes, which I think is a correct decision here. Just, I think, trying to keep Trap pinned in a little bit, forcing him to stay home, engaging with some of these charge lots. Is Trap. He's going to lose the charge lots, though. I mean, not really losing, well, I guess trading in some of these Roaches. Force Field's trying to keep some Roaches back. A couple of them are hit a few extra times because of that. And then the engage at the third base, going pretty well here. Mass Hydra, basically, from Dark here. Didn't even bother to bring the Roach on over, recognizing the sheer number of Immortals present is 2, but man, 2 will kill a lot of Roach if you allow it. Overseer here in overseeing mode. Is that what it's called? Oversight? Yeah, oversight, which means he's not going to run away when he's shot at, which, again, is a bit of a problem. All right, what do we got? Hydras, Roaches, working on a Spire, working on +1 ground carapace is our Zerg player 2, spreading that creep very, very nicely, and surprisingly no 5th base from Dark at all. I think he wants to end it here around the 10-minute mark. It seems to be an interestingly consistent mark for some of the pro players here in IEM Katowice 2018. Drop Lord here from Dark. Mostly empty Drop Lords, but some Roaches and Hydras, and a couple of them going to try to maybe force some units into the main base for Trap, but he's warping units in. He's got Stalkers ready to go. Is he going to engage? He's trying to engage in a place that's very favorable to him, which I can't blame him necessarily. Is he going for the sandwich? He's going for a bit of the sandwich right now. The Storm, however, showing up on that right side, the left side rather, and the right side, forced to retreat here too. I really like what Trap is doing. The Storm, the Archons, the Immortals, exactly what you end up wanting to see here. Is there seriously stuff going on? Yep. Hydra's getting back behind the mineral line to the third base location for Trap. Hydra's actually inside the main base doing some work here too. The army being led away by Dark's Roaches and Hydras, but huge problems at the third base for Trap. Big time problems at the main base for Trap until the charge lots managed to clean that thing up, and then dropping here at the natural base too. Look at this little drop. It looks like a marine drop almost in a TVP. But instead it's Hydras, and 28 probes have been killed so far. Look at him pick up and leave. Just like a Zerg. Or just like a Terran, rather. He is a Zerg. Trap says, enough is enough. I'm down 40 to 70 Harvesters. I have to kill him now. Must kill my opponent now. And it's just Roach Hydra. More and more Roaches in production here. Pretty nice concave setup. The high ground advantage belongs to Trap. Good Storms. Forcing Dark back. He doesn't want to eat the Storms at all, but the concave is too much. The number of Immortals is very good. The Archons are good here too, but one Archon down, another Archon down almost immediately. Sure, a lot of Storms dying, but is he taking down the third base? Yes, 45 probes have died. If Dark can just hang on here, he's got this thing won. All that's left for Trap is a bunch of Immortals, which I know it just sounds pretty good, and it is because Immortals are very, very good. There's an Archon here too. Scarlet finally gets exploded by the Queens and the Hydralisks. Good job pulling the boys right now, trying to get on top of these Immortals, especially. Dropping the Archon in the back. Doesn't have very many shields remaining, but does have 7 kills. This is a very intense point for Dark. But he's making 14 Roaches at a time, whereas Trap does not have the income to do very much at all right now. He's making an Archon and a probe, if that's going to be enough. The 4th base does end up falling, but the 5th base is up for Dark. He's hanging on that one. It's not providing him any income at all right now, though. Hydra trying to get here at the 4th base and kill some more probes. The Stalker left behind is going to deal with that. Dark has enough reinforcements, I think, to clean this thing out. The 5th hatchery does explode too. Nicely picked off by Trap, but here comes the Roach Hydra and the recall. Oh, wow, he's actually recalling, but losing 3 of the Immortals in the process during that recall. Everybody else does end up living. Let's not make a mistake. They do. Everybody else gets home, but 3 Immortals get killed. It's 140 to 85 total supply, 54 to 35 total Harvesters. The income for Trap is just not healthy right now at all. He basically has his 4th base running, but his 3rd base is a ghost town. It's got 3 probes working it at this moment in time. Dark is going for a Greater Spire, going to try to finish off his opponent with the Broodlords, it seems. Where are we at here? Looks like there was a quick pause. Quick pause. Resources lost at this point are 15,000 for Trap compared to 19,000 for Dark. So again, Dark losing a lot of stuff, but can afford to do it. Is replacing his fourth base and his fifth base quite nicely. All the pros definitely are all about the replacing the bases as soon as they can. More Hydras back here at the third base location doing exceptional work for Dark. And Archon's going to show up, and I think that might be it for these guys. The pickup, though, and the boost out. Okay, it's not a boost out, but it's a pickup. And a retreat is what it is. More Drop Lord action up here in the north section of the map. He's got a lot of Drop Lords. I think he's only ever used 2 of them, though. And yeah, Stalker's waiting for this to happen. 2 Roaches and one of these Drop Lords, not going to be enough for sure. Just trying to keep Trap on his toes, making sure Trap is worried about getting dropped from this point on. And look at this, dropping back here at the third base and once again just getting out as soon as you can. There's really no anti-air here for Dark. No Phoenix, no Void Rays, no nothing to take out these Drop Lords, so might as well keep doing it. What a novel strategy here from Dark. Haven't seen this from a Zerg player in a very, very long time indeed. So Army's back for Trap. Got Immortals, got Archons. Working on that. +3. Nope, just got the +2 rocking, which is definitely good enough. But 5 bases up and running here. It's 62 to 60 total Harvesters. Dark is making Broodlords. And I think once the Broodlords show up, I'm just not sure what Trap is going to have for an answer here. He's got High Templar, sure. He's got Immortals, sure. He's got Archons, sure. But he doesn't have anything that is great against the Broodlord. Oh, the Observer's scouting this perfectly, though. Wow. Are any of these? Nope, these are all going to be Broodlords. Trap knows. Trap knows what he's dealing with here, ladies and gentlemen. And I think the answer is going to be Archons. It's going to be Stalkers. He's going to warp in some Stalkers here. Maybe he's getting Blink and +3 ground weapons. So it seems like that's what he wants to do. But man, that Observer, what a clutch scout out of Trap here in game number 2. Drop Lord. Oh, does get picked off by some Stalkers. Again, a couple Roaches in there. Not too much of a big deal. And it looks like the Hydras that were threatening this third base are dead too. Oh, okay. I mean, it's time to go. Once you make Broodlords, you kind of have to attack with them. The longer you wait, the worse it's going to be for you. Trap is making a Dark Shrine, possibly for Dark Templar, because one behind Dark Shrine. War Prism is finally going to die. War Prism has been causing problems for a while now, but it gets picked out of the sky by some Corruptors. Yep. A couple Zealots do make it onto the ground here, but eventually cleaned up by the majority. Well, a large section of Dark's army anyway. I think that might have been a Roach. Or a Ravager that snuck in here? Sure. Why not? I really don't know what Dark is waiting for right now. It's been 2 minutes, which is an eternity. He's effectively maxed out. 185. He's making additional Corruptors and Broodlords and Drones. And he's going to get maxed out here very, very shortly. It's 71 to 63 Harvesters. Trap has recovered exceptionally well to losing how many probes again? 53 probes. He's only down 8? He's only down 8. To his opponent, which is absolutely insane. But here we go. Broodlords decide they're going to move out. They're going to stay over the creep for the time being, though. And Tempest production has begun for Trap. I feel like that should have started a while ago, but I guess he wanted to kind of stay alive as long as he could, right? If he didn't have the ground army, he was going to die to Dark's ground army, so he made ground army. DT sneaks on in here to the 4th base location. Nope, 5th base location of Dark. Any detection here at all? No, no detection at all. If Trap comes back and wins this game, I'm just going to be astounded. Absolutely astounded here. Yeah, Trap knows I can't defend against these Broodlords. I have to try to attack. Roaches, bit sacrificial here, and most of them are going to die. Great force fields out of Trap, basically keeping Trap from moving out too soon without giving the Broodlords time to respond. Is this seriously happening right now, Dark? You cannot get distracted. You just got to go. Tempests being produced 2 at a time. There's already 2. Another Stargate is up. So that's where that second one at a time comes from. So maxed out army for Dark. 189 supply for Trap with 200 available supply. This 4th base or 3rd base location, I think, is just going to die. I really don't know. I really don't know how Trap saves this at all. Broodlings getting tossed down on everything. A bunch of Hydras in the mix too. They do have the +2 attack, which makes them especially difficult when they're knocking down your Nexus. And it does end up exploding there. The Tempest, though, doing some work. And what is this? A Zealot attack at the 3rd base location of Dark is going to get cleaned up by Hydralisks. The Tempest raining down some fire upon the Broodlords. That is what they were created for, is anti-Broodlord mechanics. doing that bonus damage versus flying massive stuff. 52 damage per shot is just crushing. Just absolutely crushing here. Where did they go? They're pulling back. Are we... All right. Trap's back, officially back in this, you guys. He lost 50+ workers, and he's back in this thing. How is this even possible? Because Trap is real good at StarCraft. Obviously, Falcon. That's what we're talking about here. Yeah, so Corruptors do extra damage here, too, against them Tempest. 22 damage per shot versus Massive. They shoot a little bit faster as well. Tempest slowly getting cleaned out, but the Broodlord count is dwindling, too, here. There are only 8 of them, which when you hear it said that way, it's perhaps not as problematic. Storm on top of the Corruptors. Corruptors can eat Storms pretty darn well, as can Broodlords. They have some pretty good HP counts. Stalkers trying to come from the top side, blinking on top of these guys. The great Storms, though. Oh, the blanket Storms on top of these Broodlords. And holy smokes, there's no way. There is no way Trap wins this thing. Oh my gosh, Trap won that thing, you guys. Trap won that thing just with a bajillion Psionic Storms. It's now 136 to 112 total supply. Yeah, Dark is up, but I mean, what does he have? Is it mostly workers at this point? This is going to be Corruptors. Going to make some additional Broodlords here, recognizing there can't be a lot of Storm remaining. There can't be a whole lot of Storm remaining. Yeah, I don't know. All right, Trap pushing on in here again. This is a ridiculous game. This would get an epic tag if I was just casting it alone. So pretty good force fields there. Nice concave from Dark too, but it's just the Immortals are having such a great time. 24 kills, 8 kills, 14 kills, and 19 kills on these Immortals from distance. Drones getting pulled off the line here as well. The Corruptors are entirely impotent during this battle, and I think Trap's going to win this thing. What is happening right now? There are some Hydras. There is a Broodlord remaining. Is there any anti-air to deal with this Broodlord, though? It's Immortals. It is definitely Immortals, but can the Broodlord kill the Immortals before bases end up going down? Dark's going to lose his 4th base for the 2nd time in this game. The Immortals, once again, going to try to go home. Only one of them dies during the process this time. But what is going on? Trap. He's still down. 102 to 88 total supply, but he's up 50 to 49 Harvesters. He's taken the lead. He's taken the lead here against his Zerg opponent. Are you... The Zerg card in me is failing a little bit. Are we? I don't think we're glitching again. I think we're okay. Oh, it feels a little weird. All right, so Ling, Hydra are going to be the answer to these Immortals for sure, especially considering the Immortals do have, or the Hydras do have the +3 attack. Zealot's coming in, though, a bit of a bad time. The 6th base ends up falling for Dark. His 5th base is still happily running, but Trap's pretty happy removing that one from the match. This is going to be one of the most impressive comebacks I've ever seen in any matchup at all at any level of StarCraft 2 if Trap manages to win this thing. I just don't know. Dark continuing to make the Broodlords, which I guess is okay as the Tempest count is currently 0 for Trap, but he has the ability to make more. He does. APM check for these guys on average, 330 for Trap in this game, 387 for Dark. We're 22 minutes in, and we are sitting at those numbers. Are you kidding me? Trap also expanding for the first time in a while, going for a 5th base up here in the very north section of Blackpink, the latter edition. Continued Broodlords being made. It's a kind of a scattering of Banelings, Hydralisks, Broodlords, a couple Corruptors. And this is just a +3, +1 shield army out of Trap. Immortal, Stalker, Charge Lot with +3 attack is just so hard to deal with. And here we go. Broodlords once again trying to rain down fire on top of this army. Nothing actually directly hitting them. The Hydra's trying to get involved, and Storm manages to chase them away very, very nicely indeed. The Stalkers need to actually get up on top of these Broodlords, because otherwise the Immortals are going to try to deal with them, and that is horrible. Once again, pulling drones. Drones getting absolutely massacred by the Storms. The Blink Stalkers trying to get on top of these Broodlords, killing a couple of them, but then forced to be back by the Broodlings, by the Lings, and by the drones. This army in full retreat mode right now, but 7 kills on this Archon, 39 on that Immortal, 35 on this Immortal, 37 on this Immortal. Oh, they're starting to die, though. That is not good for Trap. He can't lose these Immortals. These are hero Immortals. Oh, Dark Templar killing stuff over here at the 3rd base, too. Good golly. Does GT have worker kills? He's got 9 kills. I mean, he's dead. But man, he has 9 kills, or had 9 kills. The remnants of... I can't believe this game. The remnants coming in to to this 6th base location of Dark. He's going to kill it again. I mean, I just don't see it surviving, and it doesn't. It absolutely does not. Loses an Immortal in the process, but that's probably a fair trade. 5th base by Trap is getting Caustic sprayed down, but warping in. Some Stalkers should be able to save it. It's going to be... Well, it's not going to be that close, I don't think. Yeah, it's only 3 Corruptors, and 2 of them died. Hydra's coming up here to the 3rd base of Trap. Going to kill it again for the 2nd time in this game. There's a few probes remaining, but not really all that much. It's essentially mined out. Stalker is a bit more of a problem. There's the Storm. That is the blanketing of these Hydras. Broodlords coming on in. It is so low econ right now. 76 to 83 total supply. Stalkers somehow reinforcing from the top side. Going to finish off one of these Broodlords. Does finish off a Broodlord. Templar left behind on the right side, and it does get picked off there too. Broodlings walking all the way over to try to get rid of that Stalker, and Dark doesn't like his situation. He has a handful of Hydras and a couple of Broodlords, and that's about it. I mean, his 5th base is up and running. This is kind of his only main mining base right now. He's got 37 drones. He's lost 63 drones. 63 drones thus far. Ladies and gents, all right, Trap, what you got, man? What you going for, friends? He's coming down to kill the 6th base again. He really wants to kill the 6th base again. 3 Immortals good. 3 Broodlord good. Dark not babysitting his units very well there. A Broodlord just out on its own is a very vulnerable Broodlord indeed. Trap going for Lurkers at the 25-minute mark. Yep. Trap. Well, Dark is, sorry. Dark going for Lurkers. Trap forcing a cancel on Dark's 6th base again. He's killed it twice. He's forced to cancel on it once here. He's kept his 5th base running. His 3rd base is not looking too hot, but I don't think he cares all that much about it. 42 to 34 total harvesters. Trap is up. 91 to 80 total supply. Trap is up. More DTs. Warp it in from the Protoss player. I can't believe this is just game 2. I cannot believe this is game 2 of this best of 5 series. We're 25 minutes in here. Ooh. All right, let's discuss. Let's discuss what Dark needs to be doing here. Lurker seems good. There are no Immortals remaining for Dark, or for Trap. Yeah, no Immortals remaining at all. Storms are not as good against Lurkers in StarCraft 2 as they are in the Brood War. As it turns out, in case you were wondering, a Stalker's pretty good, but they take so much damage from the Lurkers while they're trying to take it down. It's very difficult indeed. Small Hydra hit squad, well, maybe not small. What are we looking at? 16? 16 Hydras with +3 and a +2 coming up to this 5th base location of Trap. The army responding exceptionally well for Trap, recognizing what is coming and coming to shoo them away. 6th base being replanted by Dark. Going to finish that one. A smaller group of Hydralisks, 5 of them coming into the 3rd base location of Trap, and might actually finish this Nexus off. Meanwhile, a big engagement on the left-hand corner of the map. Dark decides to retreat from that one, as he's going to win this battle on the right side for sure. Is this more DT shenanigan? More DT shenanigan here at the 4th base of Dark. The 3rd base of Trap ends up going down. The army comes over to respond to this. The Hydra do not retreat as well they should, and they end up all dead. 33 to 34 Harvesters, 27 minutes into this thing, you guys. We are struggling so much to keep any kind of an economy running for either of these players. Lurkers burrowing, couple of Mortals on the field for Trap now, with some Archons too. So I feel like if he just goes for it, I really think Trap just wins right now. I think he has a major advantage. He's got a major position, a major lead on Dark right now. Ling's running around for Dark, trying to see if there's stuff he can kill. Did Trap replace his 3rd base location? He absolutely did not. Can he sneak up into the main and kill some stuff, maybe? Can he pick off some errant Immortals? No, but you can get force fielded and somewhat killed by the Protoss army as you run around. Stalker's clearing some creep, trying to keep this pushed back. Dark's been doing a good job of keeping the tumors running for most of this game. Hydra is coming from the backside, trying to get rid of these dudes, and doing a pretty good job of it. Oh, did they already blink? They already blinked, but now the blink is up. Blink cooldown time is actually not all that much. Resources lost, going to be 43,000 for Trap and 54,000 for Dark. We're 28 minutes in, and I mean, nobody has a clear advantage. I do love Trap's composition right now. Zealots, Archons, Stalkers, Immortals. Even if there are Lurkers on the field, I think he can engage directly into them and be okay, especially if the Immortals are focusing the Lurkers down. Trap says, you don't want to engage, I'm just going to kill your stuff. How's that sound? How does that sound to you? Reinforcing Immortal actually picked off by Dark. Nice little slip-up maneuver there. Not a slip-up because that makes it sound like a mistake, but it's kind of a flank. A flank up the middle section of the map here, if that's what you want to call it. All right, so Lurker's going to burrow themselves. Oh, they have that Adaptive Talons upgrade. They are fast. Fast burrowers, that's for sure. Yeah, if you're going to get any number of Lurkers, just get that upgrade. More drones dying. I don't know where exactly. Oh, this is more DT stuff. More DT stuff, and Dark is going to lose his 4th base again in this game. Sure, the Lurker's going to burrow in, kill a couple things, but that hatch is gone. The Lurker Den, I think, is going to get focused down here too by the Immortals and the Archons and the Zealots, and that's it. Lurker Den, toast. Killing some more creep tumors. Yep, the tumors on this section of the map are going to die. We're 29 minutes and 39 seconds into this thing. The Lurker's continuing to burrow in places that he hopes Trap will go. Trap has not engaged yet, though. Loses a Warp Prism to the Hydralisks. It's 33 to 32 Harvesters. 85 drones have died, and 83 probes have lost their lives. This is the closest, longest ZVP at the professional level I think I've ever cast. I cannot believe this game. Lurkers stabbing in. I mean, that Adaptive Talons, the time it takes to burrow being increased that much makes a huge difference. There used to be a small window where you could catch the Lurkers before they burrowed and get some shots off, but now, once they start burrowing, they're done. They're in very, very quickly for sure. Is Dark on the warpath is my question. Is he going to try to take some stuff down? Oh, Trap has already taken 6th base, you guys. 6th base is up. It is happily mining. Dark's sitting on everything but that 4th base, which is just fine. Nice Revelation toss down on these Lurkers. Single Immortal trying to get out of here before he dies. Can he escape is the question. And no, he's absolutely... Well, wait, hold on. Is he alive? This is crazy pants. Okay, now the Immortal's dead, and his friend is going to go with him. Look at the Lurker's burrow. Whoosh, nice dodge, though. Nice dodge, though. This base in a lot of trouble, but here comes Trap. Archons, Immortal Stalkers storming on top of the Lurkers. Going to clear these things out fairly well. Hydra's gone, too. And look at that. Trap cleans it out with hardly any difficulty whatsoever. Losing some stuff in the process. His army's not as big as it used to be. It's 92 to 80 total supply. Dark making Lings, making Hydras. Is his Lurker count gone? It is absolutely gone. Oracle picked out of the sky. All right, Trap, what you got, man? What you got? Got your Immortals. 5 kills, 3 kills. The Immortals of the 2nd generation, not as strong as the Immortals of the 1st, but it's just Hydra. It's basically just Hydra here against Immortal Stalker with the Zealots. The Zealots aren't even really engaging at this point. There we go. Starting to get in there, making sure the Lings can't get on top of the Immortals. And yes, Ling count severely reduced. Now just a handful of Hydras are remaining, but check this action out. Hydras up at Trap's 6th base location. Some Zealots trying to keep this from happening. You know what? They're going to win that battle for sure. Immortals threatening Dark's 6th base again. And once again, the hatchery is going to end up falling. Drones trying to engage here too, but no, the recall. Trap recalls out, loses an Immortal in the process, and recalls home. Remember when I said I was going to take a drink after this game? I did not realize it would be another 22 minutes. I didn't. I honestly did not. Hydras, Lings, Dark. I'm going to start casting in single word snippets. Cybernetics Core. Replacing the 6th. Cybernetics Core dies, which is not great for Trap, especially if he loses this robotics facility too. These guys don't have, they don't have the adrenal glands upgrade. Or I think that robotics facility would have fallen in all actuality. Hydra's coming up to try to get rid of Trap's remaining mining base, but most of Trap's army is here. He's got Storm, he's got Immortals, these Lings running around trying to keep the Zealots from finding them and killing them, but now they're a bit pinned in the corner, forced to engage, and the better upgrades on the Zealots make sure that they win that battle for sure. And Dark calls the GG, is defeated, and Trap is victorious. What? What? I don't know. How? I'm speechless. 33 minutes. Trap at one point had lost 50 probes. Dark was up 30-something workers, and Trap came back and won. It came back and won. 90 drones died. 88 probes died. 103 zealots. 153 hydras. 24 immortals. 19 broodlords. 17 archons. 111 roaches. 48 stalkers. 15 high templar. 2 nexuses. 7 hatcheries. 55,000 resources lost for Trap, and 64,000 lost for Dark. Trap is good. He is good at this game. And he's up 2-0. He just needs one more. One more win will send him into the next round. And I did not expect this. I honestly did not come into this thinking that Trap would 3-0 Dark. Dark is so good. But again, I think the mistake was the transition to Broodlords, the giving Trap enough time to bring up his economy where he wanted it to be. And then when he finally attacked with the Broodlords, there were Tempest. And there was a ton of Storm available. And it just wasn't going to happen. Trap's defenses were fantastically wonderful. It was... Man, it was ridiculous. Okay, that's it for game 2. We still have some more StarCraft 2, guys. So I'm going to go get a drink. But we'll be back with game number 3 of this best of 5 in just a second. Welcome back to this best of 5, everyone. It's Falcon Paladin with game 3 of this best of 5. I am currently a broken man, but there is more StarCraft to do. So let's introduce these players for the 3rd time. Here on Catalyst, the Ladder Edition, we've got the Red Zerg player. It is Dark. Dark man, what happened? What happened in that last game? I mean, sure, 30 minutes against Trap is going to make anybody just have their mind explode. And in the bottom right-hand corner, the Blue Protoss player, who I have gained an immense amount of respect for over the last 35 minutes. It is Trap. All right, man. Trap says, you want to go early game? I will hold it. You want to go mid game? I will kill you. You want to go super duper late game? I will kill you there too. Trap has just got to be reeling. Just got to be feeling. Like, what do I do? What do I do? Well, the answer is Extractor Pool. Got to get some early pressure out against this guy, obviously. And the Probe Scout from Trap sees this because, of course, it does. And that just means you can wall this. I think you can wall this. I don't think Trap's worried about this early pool at all. I'm thinking about it. Nah. Trap is... I'm going to do my thing. Do my regular old thing. I'm going to throw down a pylon to block your attempt at expanding at your natural base. And then do the same thing at your 3rd base too. Oh, Trap. Another pylon would be problematic. I've had this happen to me, and it's super tilty. Okay, so Dark does get the natural at the 3rd base location, and the pylon was canceled at the natural base too. So Trap's not really out all that much. He did force the expansion for Dark to go down late, and at a place that Dark didn't want to put it. Just so darn annoying. Couple Lings on the way. Got a Queen in production too for Dark, and meanwhile, yeah, I mean, Trap's not walling off early. He's not skipping his Nexus to make sure this is safe. He's just doing 1 gate expand. That's it. That's all he's into, and he's going to be fine. He's going to be 100% certified fine. Yes, I did get a drink during the break. During the break. Thanks for asking. I did. It's 10 at night. It's daylight savings. My body clock's messed up anyway, but we're here. We are here. We are strong. We are ready to go. Overlord scouting in for Dark. It is a Silverlord. Another Stargate opening here. Trap says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's go for another Stargate. Let's go for more Oracle play. He hasn't necessarily won on the back of Oracles, but it really hasn't been that bad either. So Dark transferring drones over to this natural base at the 3rd base location. Boop. And we can name this guy. We can name this Scarlet. This Oracle. It's not going to be named Scarlet. That's what game 2 was, stupid brain. Let's keep things straight. And then Dark throws down his 3rd base location at his natural. For the sake of simplicity, we're going to call this is natural, the base at his natural, and this is 3rd, the base at his 3rd. Just so locations will make a little bit more sense into my brain. Overlord getting a nice scout off, man. He comes in. He's going to see the Stargate. He's going to see the Oracle. Oracle's name is going to be... Oh, this gets canceled? Trap's not going to cancel this. Why would he cancel this? Let's wait. Let's wait here. He's going to finish it. All right, so this is Mandy. After making a mockery of the Grim Reaper during the events depicted in the grim adventures of Billy and Mandy, the Protoss captured Mandy and made her pilot an Oracle. Man, this capturing happens a lot. Perhaps her ability to defeat death will translate into an apparent immortality while fighting the Zerg. Maybe. Immortality would be real nice for this Oracle, by the way. So heading on up here, Dark does, in fact, have Queens in production. Does he have a Spore Crawler up? Of course he does. Spore Crawler up at his 2 complete bases. Well, his Natural's done, but there's nothing here to defend. Nothing here to defend necessarily. So I think you're going to be okay. Yeah, Mandy's trying to sneak on in. Queen Spore Crawler is a fantastic defense in that particular situation. Phoenix flying out here for Trap 2. And a couple Adepts. Sonic transferring their way. Where exactly? To take down the Ling that was scouting the 3rd base. Potential location of traps. All right, so Trap isn't being super aggressive right now. Sure, the Oracle's hanging out, but I don't see a very quick Warp Prism from him. Don't see another Dark Shrine. Those DTs, man. I mean, they weren't necessarily game-ending, but, man, they were really good. All right, there's the Phoenix lift and the Oracle kill. Oh, Mandy, the Oracle. 4 kills, man. 4 kills. Pretty darn nice stuff. Taking some decent shots there, but you got to keep the Zerg worker count low. That will snowball. That will snowball into the end of time if you allow it to. Ling's trying to scout that 3rd base location. Again, a quartet of Adepts shooing them away, and the base goes down, no problem. Here for Trap. Phoenix Oracle combination again. Okay, I guess we'll get some more drones. No protection at the natural base. I mean, the Queens do eventually show up, but boy, that was tuck and go for a second there. 3rd Nexus on the way here from Trap. That's a Hydralisk Den for the Dark. And it's a big old Adept push. Resonating Glaives just about done here. This timing is magnificent from Trap. Oh, cancels the transfer. Wasn't done yet. Resonating Glaives was not done yet. But now it is. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it this time. This 3rd base from Dark is in a lot of trouble. There it is. There's the finish. Resonating Glaives increases the attack speed by just so much. Yes, there's Lings and yes, there's Queens. And they're going to be able to help defeat here. The drone's managing to escape for the most part. Getting the heck on out. And then the recall home with the Adepts. Sure, 1 Adept does die. You can be attacked during recall. And one of the Adepts gave her life for that one. All right, so 3rd base is done here for Trap. No 4th base coming up for Dark quite yet. We've got Hydralisks in production. We have Grouped Spines in production. What is this going to be? That's going to be an Evolution Chamber for upgrades for Dark. He does like upgrades. He does like the upgrades, at least the attack upgrades, if nothing else. All right, Ling's heading from north to south, trying to see what they can do, but the entire army of Trap is here. Stasis Warp being tossed down by Mandy, the Oracle. Wish it would keep track of units stasised. That would be fun. Yeah, the Lings don't want to come in here anyway. There's force fields available. There's Adepts with Resonating Glaives. Just not a good place to be. There's an Oracle here too. So they poked in, didn't see what they liked, decided to poke on back home. Dun, 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 dun. Warp Prism sneaking up the left side, trying to see what it can see and kill. The answer is going to be something, I guess. Oh, no, there's Hydras waiting, though. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Bone-hurting juice. That's what it is. The Adepts actually decided to come on in here, which seems questionable, but then you remember the pickup range of the Warp Prism is actually insane. So they got it out of there, no problem at all. 4th base coming in from Dark. There are some revelated Hydras nearby, but can they actually see that base? Well, Trap knows. They can't see it. The Revelation area is not as large as the Vision area for the Hydras, but Dark knows about it anyway, or Trap knows about it anyway, so not a big deal. All right, so Trap's working on Psionic Storm. Again, splash damage versus Zerg is 100%. 100% everything. If you don't have splash damage versus Zerg, you're just gonna die. Trap recognizes that. Archons and Storm Immortals in case there's Roaches or Lurkers. And that's it. That's your comp. Splash damage and Immortals. End of discussion. Maybe if there's some Broodlords, you make some Tempest. If there's a lot of Broodlords, you make some Tempest. If there are a few Broodlords, you make some Stalkers with Blink and plus attack, and you're gonna be just fine. Trap, you know, for a race that everybody's calling overpowered right now, Trap is certainly making it look like PvZ is an easy matchup. Against, again, one of the better Zerg players on planet Earth in Dark. That said, the amount of stuff killed so far has been pretty minuscule. 6 drones have died, 2 probes have died. It's 68 to 66 total harvesters, observer scouting, all of the things. This is also a bad feeling. When there's a Protoss scouting all of your things right here, it's just, I don't know. It's hard to continually scan your base, too, to make sure this isn't happening, is the other problem. But enterprising and smart Protoss players will do this and get a lot of intel. Checking on the hive timing for Dark, doesn't see that there is one, which means it's going to be a lot of Roach Hydra. That's for sure. And some Banelings here from Dark, too. So coming along, attacking this 4th base location of Trap. Where the heck is your army, dude? It's coming to respond. Oh, no, he's sacking it. There's the cancel. There's the sack. Army trying to sneak on in here to this natural base, 3rd base type location. Banelings, oh, the Banelings cannot get hits on these Templar. Absolutely not. Lings trying to come in and make something happen, but Storm's chasing them away exceptionally nicely. Couple Zealots overstepping their bounds, and they is dead. And Dark decides to go home. Apparently, having canceled the 4th base of Trap, he feels like he's accomplished everything he needs to at this stage in the game. So there he goes. Fleet peaking in production here for Trap. We're going to see Carrier is the question. I don't know if you want to go Carrier when your opponent already has this many Hydralisks and they already have, well, they already have the Groove Spines upgrade and the Muscular Augments. I guess no additional upgrades, although working on it? No? Look at him getting the +2 melee attack. That just tells me he's going for ultras at some point. Oh! Zealot drop here inside the main base. The Warp Prism does get picked out by the Hydras, and then some Lings show up to help get rid of the rest of the Zealots. And that was well defensed. Well defensed by Dark. 5th base morphing in here for Dark. 4th base warping in for Trap down on the left-hand side. It's 163 to 161 total supply. And really, positioning's everything for Protoss. Trap, who did such a good job in positioning in game number 2, didn't have the army close enough to defend this 4th base as it was warping in. So now look at him move a section of his army over. It's got High Templar, got Immortals, got the splash damage and the Immortals, the 2 key components, and then has the same thing going on, protecting both his natural and his 3rd base locations in this area too. So I love what Trap is doing. That's a mothership, though, from Trap. He's not going Carrier, but he wants a mothership. Oh, did the Banelings explode on those rocks? He told his units to attack the rocks, and the Banelings did. Oh, it reminds me of programming. Sometimes programs aren't doing what you want it to do. It's doing exactly what you told it to do. That is one of the banes of computer programming for sure, is that the computer will do exactly what you tell it to do, even if it's not what you want it to do. So that Baneling did right there. The Baneling exploded itself on the rocks. Dark said, what? Oh, right. That happened. Oh, Baneling drops. Are you kidding me? Rolling on into this main base. Are there actually any probes to kill? Not that many. And another Baneling drop here in the natural base, too. But the Stalkers are wise to this one. Why? Why are we lagging out again? G-Force, no. Bad. All right, hold on. Okay, we're back, and I think we've solved the stuttering issue. Okay, those Banelings were rolling pretty smoothly, and the Lings are running well too. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but hopefully it won't show up again. 5th base here for Dark. Woo! Trap has his 4th base, and, oh, 5th base here. 6th base coming up for Dark. Wow, counting bases is not my strong suit, but we'll get it in the end. A lot of Banelings here. A lot of Baneling Hydra right now versus an Archon Immortal Templar Mothership strategy here out of Trap. Where is Mothership? Oh, right, not done yet. Almost very close to being done, though. And here comes Trap from north to south. And I just feel like Banelings on these Templar would be it for Trap, but I've countered him out before, and he's refused to go out. He has not gone home. So here goes nothing. Got some sentries for force fields too, just in case Dark decides to try to come up this ramp. He's going to try to go for it here. Baneling exploding on the Archons and the Immortals. Exactly what Trap wants to see right here. Banelings just absolutely doing nothing to the light units. They're trying to target fire down, but the Immortals in the front just getting crushed by the Hydralisks from distance here. Reinforcements are coming in for Trap. Just hanging out is Dark. The Banelings really want to kill something other than Immortals and Archons, but it's not working out all that well. A drop attack inside the main base of Trap. Major problems there. Zealots up here at the 4th base of Dark. We are all over the place. This is what you get from IEM Katowice, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be the highest level StarCraft, multi-pronged attacks everywhere at once. There's the mothership, a 12-minute mothership. Who expects that? What is going on, says Dark. I don't have any overseers. Nope. No Overseers at all. Are you absolutely kidding me right now? 100% got to be kidding me. There's no Overseers at all. Dark is going to lose his 5th base location. There's absolutely no saving it. There it goes. +2 attack. Just about done here for Trap. But guess what's going on down here? Baneling drops. At Trap's 3rd base location, 20 probes have been killed. But guess what? Trap's army is huge. However, Dark sitting at 196 supply. But does he have the right combination to deal with this thing? Hydra's going for the flank attack from the right side. Archon's not necessarily in the front to do the work that they need to be doing. Stalker's in the back trying to do this thing too. Guardian Shield is up to reduce the incoming damage from those Hydras, but the Hydras are stutter stepping forward. A sure sign of confidence from Dark right now. Zealot's trying to do stuff at the natural base. Not really going to happen. Mothership going down there to Hydras, finishing off what is left of the Archons and of the Immortals. And I think that's going to be at 177 to 81 total supply. That is a good game from Trap. Trap is defeated. And Dark is your winner. He staved off elimination, ladies and gentlemen. Just barely staved it off. The Baneling drops were key. The Baneling Ling drops, he killed how many probes? 37 probes. Lost 6 drones himself. I know we've seen that before, right? We've seen that from Dark where he's killed a ton of probes and lost anyway. Just there in game number 2, but he managed to keep his stuff alive, managed to get the detection up for the surprise mothership that Trap sprung upon him, in what you might say was a trap. All right, that's it for game 3. Dark will give him a 1 next to his name. We're coming back with game number 4. Can Dark force a game 5, or is this going to be the end of the road for our Zerg player? Let's find out in just a second. Welcome back to this best of 5 between Trap and Dark, everybody. Hope you had a good break, because we are back for Game 4 and more StarCraft 2 action. Here on Acid Plant, the latter edition, not Acid Planet, as I've called it from time to time. In the top left-hand corner is the blue Protoss player. His name is Trap. And in the bottom right-hand corner, the red Zerg player, it's Dark. Hey there, Dark. Hey there, Trap. How's it going, guys? Fantastic, they say. Thanks for asking. We're in the middle of a very, very long best of 5 series. Have we hit the hour mark yet? I think we're close to the hour mark, if we're not quite there yet. So, that's fine. These guys are digging deep, finding the reserves of power well within themselves, amount of endurance, and they're going to give it their best. They are. They're going to give it their best. Dark really wants to get this hatch down before the probe shows up, and he does. So it's a hatch first. The probe knows that, scouting this, recognizing, okay, there's no extractor, there's no pool. Based on this timing, based on this map, so it's not going to be any early Ling pressure at all. I can do whatever I want for the next couple of minutes anyway, so I'm going to go for a gateway expand. That's how I roll. I mean, you could almost just go Nexus first here if you're Trap, but considering the fact that you get one more win and you move on to that round of 8, that's got to be a pretty tantalizing prospect, and so you don't want to mess it up. You don't want to mess it up by going for Nexus first and being too greedy, but man, he totally could have. Absolutely could have. So there's that Nexus warping in. There is our gateway warping in. Cybernetics core next in this process. And once he has 2, there it is. There it is. There's the Cybernetics core and then the second gas after that. If you're Protoss and you're not 1 gate expanding against pretty much everybody, you're probably doing something wrong. Okay, against Protoss, you're not 1 gate expanding. That's very true. You're getting 2 gateways and then expanding. That's the meta right now. I'm sure you know that. If you're playing Protoss, you're familiar. Dark wants to get his 3rd here pre-2-minute mark, but the probe says no. How about you don't do that? Ooh, good hits, though. I don't think the probe can actually block this anymore. Dark doesn't have enough resources to do it anyway, though. It has to go home in shame. Make some Lings, get speed, get some Queens instead. Oh, that probe's a hero. That probe is a hero probe. Down to what, 5 hit points? Indeed, 5 hit points from getting smacked upon by that drone. All right, Dark, what you up to, man? What is your plan today? No additional gas taken, no 3rd base taken. This feels like a 2-baser, but the only 1 worker on gas thing says, okay, so he's going to take a 3rd with a Ling escort and with a requisite number of minerals for that hatchery. Another Stargate here from Trap. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. He says the Oracle gave me good luck in games 1 and game 2. Game 3 didn't go particularly my way, but that's because I maybe got a little too cute with the mothership. I mean, in fairness, Dark did not have detection. He was not prepared for that mothership, and it really caught him by surprise, but he had a lair, so he just made 4 Overseers, and he was just fine. And the anti-air of the Hydras were enough to handle that thing, too. All right, so 3rd base, definitely running here. Adept, first Adept scouting in. Sees no lair, no very quick lair here from Dark anyway, so he's going to be droning up for quite some time. There's a bit of a window in here for Trap to get some stuff done. What do you think, Trap? You going to try to get some stuff done? Seems quite possible. Are there lings? There are some lings here. Ooh, 2 queens, though. 2 queen DPS, not bad. Don't finish the transfer. Don't, wait, finish the transfer over here. Oh, wow, one of the adepts gets pinned immediately dead. The other one, too, pinned against the extractor, and she gone. Wow, 2 drones down, but 2 adepts. That's a fair trade. Dark would make that any day of the week. Quick plug for the podcast. There's a link in the description. The Falcon Paladin Hour I host with my friend Wade from Down Under. We've got an Australian and an American. We talk about movies and StarCraft and TV shows and books and current events and interesting stuff. And we disagree. And it's very good. And sometimes we have very special guests, too. So check it out. It's a free podcast. Link in the description. You can find it on iTunes, on Beyond Pod, anywhere that podcasts are available. Falcon Paladin Hour. This Ling attack from Dark doing pretty well. If he gets the cybernetics core, are you absolutely kidding me? What is Trap? Make some stuff. He's making an adept, but this one adept is not going to be able to stop the death of the cybernetics core, and the lings are in. Holy schcannoli. All right, the lings don't attack that single adept. Oh, Oracle coming back on home. The Oracle's name is Martha. Martha! If you've seen Batman vs. Superman, you don't need to know the backstory of that one. So Cybercore goes down. I mean, immediately replanted by Trap, so it's not like it's game ending, but that hurts. That really hurts. If you want to go for, I mean, well, I guess if you wanted to go for a Templar Archives eventually here, that'd be a problem. Twilight Council, too, going to be an issue for you. So in the meantime, he'll just make a forge. No big deal, says Trap. Sure, it kind of slows down my teching strategies and plans here, but that's all right. Trap is going for a 3rd base, warping it in quite nicely. The lings are checking it out. Oh, is another probe going to die? Oh, that's that one probe that was blocking the 3rd base, and he's still alive. Good job, probe. Way to stay alive despite being whacked on by not only a drone, but also a couple lings there. So we got our Phoenix Martha combination here. Going to try to sneak in and get some stuff done. There's only a spore here at the natural base. Dude, where'd your queens go? Oh, here they are. Here the queens are at. And then the recall because, oh snap, a billion lings got in. What the what? Hold on. I was so distracted by Martha. What is this? How did they get in? Was this not a wall? Oh, you had one job. You had one job, Adept. No, not like this. No, no, no. You don't want to lose a game like this. Are you kidding me? Probes are forced to fight for their lives. That's why the recall happened. The Oracle's here to try to assist with that. 4 probes have gone down, and 4 probes at this stage of the game is not a good number of probes to lose. Look at the jukes, though. The jukes back into the main base. Things are so fast. Speedlings are so darn zippy. More probes going down. Oracle Martha does have 9 total kills. 5 probes died. That could have been so much worse. I feel like, I mean, a diamond level player, if that happens, I think they're just dead, is the thing. But not Trap. Not Trap. Trap lost 5 probes. Continued working. He's down 45 to 67 Harvesters, which seems really, really bad. And Dark is beginning Hydra production. Is that a macro hatch? And a macro hatch for Dark here in his main base. There's no shame in having a macro hatch. Sometimes you need more larvae. It's fine. Totally fine. Adepts dropping here in the main base of Dark. There is a queen here to defend. And that doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. Some drones are going to die here. Oh, Hydra's popping out, though. And yeah, that forces Trap to pick up and boost the heck on out of there. Double Oracle, Martha, and friend. Edith or something? That sounds like the name of a friend Martha would have. Running around trying to see, is there this gold base taken? No, there is not. Dark is taking a 4th base, but it's over here on the right side on Acid Plant. The latter addition. Revelation tossed on down. The Hydras have been revealed. Working on Grooved Spines, working on a Lurker Den. This is a 6.5 minute Lurker Den, you guys. That is pretty darn zippy. Okay, it's not done at 6.5 minutes. It'll be done at 7.5 minutes, which is not bad. Not bad at all. 66 to 56 Harvesters. Once again, man, Trap just comes back. It's what he does. He's just, sure, I'm down 20 workers. So what? It's not the end of the world. And he's right. It's not the end of the world. He can win from that position, which just blows my mind. Sonic Storm in production here for Trap 2 at 7 minutes and 18 seconds. Hydra's running around. They don't have muscular augments. They're not zippy yet. They're not zippy yet, unfortunately. Whew. All right, Trap, what you doing, man? Anything different from the previous games? Let's see. Getting Charge, getting Immortals, getting Storm. Yep, Immortals and Storm and Zealots is a pretty good combination against the Zerg, especially if they're going Ling Hydra, as it seems like Dark is. Now, the Immortals are the key versus Lurkers. Yes, Lurkers are very scary. Their bonus damage versus Armored means your Stalkers are in a lot of trouble, but sufficient number of Immortals from distance can just absolutely wreck Lurkers. Just wreck them. 1, 2, 3, 4 Lurkers gone. The rest of the army substantially smaller now for Zerg, and you win. So let's see if that's what happens here. Changeling does get killed wearing the Protoss pants as it dies. One of the most funny animations. They just flail their arms about, rah, and then they die with just pants on. Just pants on. Somehow Dark's up 162 to 119 total supply. His army supply has got to be killing it right now. Yeah, 4,000 for Trap and about 6,000 for Dark. So he's up. Not, you know, not double or anything, but he definitely has an advantage right now. Trap, I think, can sense the attack coming. Yeah, I mean, he's got the Oracles flying around here. Lings, oh, the Stasis catches some of the Lings, but other Lings actually making it on in to where? Where are you going? Oh, they're hiding. No, they're not hiding. They're going for it. But meanwhile, a giant attack at the third base location of Trap. Lings in the front, Hydras at the back, Lurkers stab it on from the right side towards the left side here. Lings trying to get inside this mineral line. Oh, Martha, the Oracle, says, no, you're not going to kill all of my stuff. But these Lings coming out of stasis, going after the Cybernetics core, making sure these Zealots are not going to be able to engage here. Nice storm on the Hydralisk. Going to finish off a couple of them, but the Lurkers are still fairly well unengaged right now. There are 3 Immortals for Trap. I feel like maybe he has this thing with the Immortals, if nothing else. And here he goes. He's engaging, coming right on in. Great storm on top of all of the things of Dark. Lurkers are starting to die, but not quite dead yet. These guys need to move up. Slow siege forward. Another storm on top of... Takes, I think, 2-3 storms to take down a Lurker, and yeah, just going for it. Just going for it here, but the Lings reinforcing, the Hydras reinforcing. Martha dies. No, Martha! And look at the Hydras coming on in here. The Hydras becoming the driving force right now. Couple Lurkers remaining, getting some nice DPS off on the Zealots. Some Lings in here too, reinforcing Hydras and Lings, pushing on in. The Lurkers just continuing to kill stuff. 4 kills and 1 kill, and that's a good game from Trap. Trap is defeated, and Dark is victorious. He forces a game number 5 in 10 minutes and 4 seconds with a Lurker Hydra Ling attack at the third base of Trap. The Ling run-bys were just brutal too. How many probes died? 18. Only 18 probes died, considering the fact that there were 3 separate Ling run-bys into mineral lines of Trap, and he only lost 18 probes and all the devs of the probes at the third base too. That is dead impressive. Dead impressive from the Trap. Resources lost. 8,400 for Trap and 7,600 for Dark. 104 Lings, 19 Hydras, 6 Lurkers. Trap ended up losing 18 Zealots, 5 Immortals. Man, 5 Immortals died. That was kind of a big deal. Martha and Fred dead too. And that Cybernetics core. I really wonder how much that slowed down Trap. Would he have had more units? Would he have had Templar out sooner if he'd kept that Cybernetics core around? I don't know. I don't know, but perhaps we will never find out. All right. Buckle up. Get ready for game number 5 of this best of 5. Trap went up 2-0, and it's all for naught. It is all for naught. It's just a best of 1 now. Winner goes on to the next round. Loser goes home. We'll see who does that in just a second. This best of 5 will conclude with game number 5 here on Abiogenesis, the ladder edition between Trap and Dark. And let's do this thing. In the bottom right-hand corner, the red Zerg player who has scraped back from being down 2-0. It is Dark. And in the top left, far, far away, well, maybe not that far away, is the blue Protoss player who is wondering what happened after being up 2-0. It's Trap, the blue Protoss player. What do you even do? What do you even do in a 5th game in a best of 5 series like this where losing just means you go home? You go home from Katowice, you're done. I mean, I guess you could stick around and watch some of the games, right? You could probably do that. They don't make you go home. But it's just got to be so disappointing. I mean, one of these players is going to be disappointed. I'm sure their personal goals were to get beyond this round of 12. Absolutely. But only one of them can, and that's what's so great about competition. That's what's so great about sports, is both these players really, really want it, and they're going to play hard. And again, I used to say that in a rubber match game, in a game where all the marbles are hanging in the balance here, as Trap does toss down the expansion blocking pylon, is that players play more conservatively. They don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to go for an early attack that absolutely gets shut down, and then the counterattack is just too strong to stop, and then you feel stupid because you lost your game 5 in 6 minutes. But I have seen some players recently prove me wrong about that. We've seen some players do some proxy shenanigans in game 5s. We've seen some players go for some like Mass Oracle in a game number 5. So I will not be surprised by anything right here. We could see a very nice macro style game. Everybody's very conservative, and it's about 15 or 20 minutes, or we could just see a very quick 5-minute, 6-minute thing. Although the longer we go without seeing any kind of a proxy or any kind of anything, 6 minutes seems like a very difficult thing to do. Difficult to pull off for sure. All right, so once again, Trap cancels his pylon here at this natural base location. Expansion should be able to go down there for Dark. He's sending it out. Well, I thought about sending it out. Decided not to. Actually put one on gas instead. Is he not taking a third? Oh, Dark. Are you the... Maybe not. This drone maybe gonna expand up here? Where are you going, drone? Taking a right. Not quite the resources to do it. But yes, you are going to expand. All right, never mind. I thought Dark might go for some kind of a 2-base route Ravager thing, but no. Trap doesn't have to worry about that, because the third base is going down right meow. Tomb Raider's out. I was trying to think of what movies are coming out soon, or have come out recently, and Tomb Raider's out by the time this thing posts. Have you seen it? Did you enjoy it? Is it going to be a good comic book or good video game movie? Comic book movie, those are good. Good video game movie. So here's the thing. There has not been a good video game movie. There just hasn't. The closest we've come is Wreck-It Ralph, which is not a video game movie. It's a movie about video games. It's a different thing. Also, Ready Player One is kind of a movie about video games, but Tomb Raider, I have high hopes for. Alicia Vikander is a fantastic actress. She was so good in Ex Machina, and good in the other stuff that she's done too. Plus, we've got Walter Goggins in it, who was probably my favorite character from Justified, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. So those two people alone should make this thing good. And the story of Tomb Raider, the reboot, as he's ended up trying to kill some of these drones here at the natural base location. Wow, these drones are actually falling a lot more than I thought they would. Adepts decide to come on in, get some more stuff done. Yeah, 4 drones killed, and both the Adepts do end up going down. Anyway, the point is, Tomb Raider, the reboot, we'll pretend the previous games didn't happen, had a good story. So just make that story. Don't make it overly complicated. Don't change it up. Just do what the game did. Have some of the set pieces in the game had, and I think we're going to be okay. That's it. The bar is very low for you to be a successful video game movie Tomb Raider. So just do it. That's all I want. I hope it's good. By this time reviews are out, you probably already know it's terrible or great, and I'll probably know too, but Oracle sneaks in. We're going to call this one, Lara, I guess? Lara Croft gets a couple drone kills. Nothing too fancy schmancy. Overlord scouts in, does see the additional gateways, sees the Twilight Council. Actually, does it see the Twilight Council? Does not see the Twilight Council. Missed that scout. Whom indeed. But yeah, Ready Player One's coming out. I read the book. I actually had one of my subscribers send me the book. He really, really wanted me to read it, so he mailed it to me. And I read it, and it was fun. It was a fun read. I would not call it good literature necessarily. The writing style was a little bit clunky at times, a little bit overwrought, over-explainy at times too, and just almost too many references. And here is the play, the Phoenix Lift and the Oracle kill at the main base location. A couple more drones die. Lara ends up surviving. She's got 4 kills to her. But again, no game-ending damage thus far from anybody. But yeah, so Ready Player One, there's already a lot of lashback about the movie, how they don't think it's going to be good. It's Steven Spielberg, and he hasn't really made a super clunker to this point. Yeah, the BFG wasn't that great, but yeah. So anyway, there's another one. There's another geek-oriented style movie that could just crash and burn this spring. I hope they don't. I hope they're both great successes. All right, so Adepts are rolling on in here. Don't finish that transfer. He doesn't. The Ling Queen combination is too much. Way, way too much. Revelation tossed down on a creep tumor to kill it. I don't know if that was the best use of your energy there, Lara, but that's okay. Queen getting stabbing at some of those phoenixes. And Adepts, do they have the resonating glaives? It looks... Yeah, they do. What the heck? Why is it orange? Did they upgrade that icon? It's supposed to be blue. I don't know what's happening. It's late. My brain is falling apart. But we're almost done. We're almost done, you guys. Whew, Laren production here for Dark, working on Ravagers. First time we've really seen much Ravager for him in this entire series. That might be the surprise here. Ravagers are pretty darn good against most stuff that Protoss has. I mean, they don't take extra damage from Immortals. They don't take extra damage from Adepts. So early game, they're pretty fantastic. Plus that Corrosive Bile ability is really good at just shutting down force fields, either by directly removing them from the game or just hitting stuff past them, right? You make a circle of force fields, put your units inside, the Corrosive Biles just bypass the force fields entirely and wreck everything on the inside because you just made a nice little target, bullseye for them. Which is why you really don't see Immortal Sentry anymore, just because Ravagers are such a good answer to it. Anyway, so I think Ravager would be a good answer here. And there it is. Got a good old chunk of Ravager. Got 6 of them. Oracle running around. Phoenix 2. I think they're just trying to make sure that they know when Dark moves out. Third base, warping in here from Trap. Got a perfect revelation on this Army of Darks. This Army of Darkness. Ho, ho, ho. Once again, Laura trying to get some more kills. She's got 6 of them. Just getting them 2 at a time. Just 2 at a time. Nothing too greedy. Dark's up 111 to 108 total supply. 59 to 46 total harvesters. Dark has it going on. Fourth base. Morphing in here too. Is this going to be a reverse kill? What do they call that? A reverse all kill? That's usually in team formats when you're playing StarCraft. It's a reverse all kill. But in one-on-one, is it just a reverse kill if you're down 2-0 and come back to win? I think that might be what it is. Baneling Nest on the way here from Dark 2. So we're going to augment this with Banelings, which seems like a good idea, but this is a pretty big Immortal Adept Sentry army. Roach, Ravager, not quite feeling super up to the task right now. That's a lot of Immortal. 4 of them. 2 more being produced. 2 at a time from Trap. Charge coming in here as well. So again, just conservative. Not engaging unless you feel like you have a nice advantage. Neither player felt that way, so they pulled back. Fourth base just about down here for Dark. That's going to be super useful to him at 66. 253 Harvesters. So Dark has the economy, but Trap has an army advantage. Yeah, 4,300 for Trap and 4,100. About 4,000 period for Dark. So it's close. All right, it's not crazy higher for Trap, but it's enough of an advantage. Plus that Immortal count, again, is just insane. Banelings coming in here. Banelings to deal with the Adepts and the Sentries if they can get there. Dark sitting on 73 Harvesters. I don't think he's going to get many more workers than that. Going to saturate this fourth base quite nicely. Get additional geysers there too. And then just kind of sit on 4 for a while and see if he needs a 5th. Here comes the Trap, though. He's decided enough is enough. I have all the Immortals you could ever want. 8 of them. 8 Immortals with almost +1 attack upgrade. It's going to be there by the time this first big engagement happens. And it's going to be Roach, Ravager, Baneling out of Dark. Not going Hydras this time, which I kind of feel like might be a mistake. This Phoenix has 1 hit point. Just thought you should know that. It's got 1 hit point. I mean, the shields are coming back, but wow. Storm starting now for Trap. It seems like a little bit late compared to his other games. The Immortal count is part of it. Immortal count took a lot of the resources that normally go to Sonic Storm by this point in the game. But Dark's going to be maxed out here in about 10 seconds. He's got 187 supply, making some Overlords, making 26 Zerglings, 2. Yeah, he's going to be there for sure. Warp Prism for Trap. He's made these, I think, in every game thus far. A couple Zealots. A Zealot Warpin going to attack into this fourth base of Dark. There is going to be a Spore Crawler here, but is the army going to be ready to go? Here we go. Lings, Banelings trying to crash on top of this stuff. The nice sandwich, though, from both directions right now. Fantastic force fields. Actually using Corrosive Biles to knock down force fields. Immediately replanted by Trap, though. Banelings trying to get on top. Just get connections on anything right now. I believe that is the general concept, if you had to ask. But wow, Dark in full retreat. The Immortals are mostly still alive. Zealots here too. Zealots with charge going to try to get on top of these dudes. And wow, Trap manages to hold exceptionally well. Oh, the Zealots came home though. The Zealots, I think they could have done a lot of work at Dark's fourth base, but instead they came home to help with that attack, and I don't think they were needed. I mean, better safe than sorry, but that is... might have been a mistake. Might have been a mistake by Trap. But when you have a giant Zerg army bearing upon you, you sometimes make decisions that you would regret. Trap trying to get a fourth base. Nope. Immediate cancel. Just wanted to links around. Banelings trying to engage force fields. Corrosive Bile down some of his own Banelings did. Dark, but wow, in the front here. Couple of Immortals going down pretty darn easily. Lings getting in the midst of these units too. This going a lot better for Dark this time. Zealots getting picked off, overextending. Corrosive Biles landing. Oh, they got the Observer. Almost by accident. I don't think Dark intended for that to happen, but it worked out. Okay, here come the charge lots, though. They've got +2 attack. Oh, but Queen Ling. Queen Ling on top of these guys. How are the upgrades on the Zerglings? The Zerglings have what, +1 upgrade +1 attack, which is going to work out, I think, quite nicely here. Oh, picking up and saving for the Zealots is Warp Prism Mama. Hey, guys, come with me. Just come with me. We're going to go. 5th base, morphing in here for Dark. I can't believe the army went all the way home for Dark. I feel like that engagement went pretty well for him, but perhaps not. 4th base trying to warp it again for Trap for a second time in this game. Hive on the way. Hydralisk Den on the way. Dark says, I need them Hydras. I really, really need those Hydras if we're going to win this thing. And I can't say that I blame him. Hydras are exceptionally good at this stage of Legacy of the Void here in 2018. So if you're watching this in the past, just know that Hydras were really good in 2018 in case they get nerfed into the ground at some point in the future. Seems moderately possible. Oh, Warp Prism dodging Corrosive Biles like a pro. Whoosh, whoosh. Dodging them. Driving like a baby driver. Which is another movie that I saw a while ago, actually. It's not recent at all, but it was fun. Baby Driver was a fun movie. Okay, we're maxed out. It's a 200 to 150 supply army for Trap. His 4th base is finally finishing at the 12-minute mark, but he's just got to be killing him. He wishes it was up sooner. Dark Shrine. Warping in here from Trap 2. Got ourselves a bunch of warp gates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 warp gates. Are there any more? I don't know. But the Ling run by. No, not again, Dark. Oh, Dark is the Ling run by into the main base of Trap. He doesn't have any defense here at all. The army trying to move out and deal with these guys. But, oh, Baneling's exploding here in the natural base location. The main base is gone. The Dark Shrine is canceled. Forced to warp in a ton of Zealots to deal with these guys. It's 81 to 34 total Harvesters. Trap says it's time to go. And we've seen him do this. We've seen him pee down immensely in worker count and even the score with his greater army supply. But 18 Banelings on the way. 5 more Hydras on the way. Dark is getting up what he needs to deal with this thing. It's going to be a lot of Ravager. It's going to be +2 attack on those missile attacks. 5th base gone. Absolutely gone here for Dark. I'm not sure that he cares all that much about it. He's trying to make sure this Rock Tower crushes Trap if he tries to come up here, weakening it there. Very nice move. More Corrosive Bile, just zoning Trap out thus far. 81 to 41 Harvesters. He's down 40 workers. He's down 40 workers. Trap should not win this thing, but Game 2 has changed my mind about what should happen in StarCraft and what should not happen in StarCraft. Corrosive Biles being dodged very ably there. Continuing to walk on up. Oh, bad rally. Bad move by Dark. Bad pathing. Bad pathing for sure. Trap is being so patient. He's killing creep tumors. He's warping in additional units at the front right now. And here we go. Dark Banelings rolling in, trying to get some hits off. The Storms are too good, though. Storms are way too good. Ling's getting murdered. More Banelings crashing on into Archons. They don't care. They'll absorb those shots for days, and suddenly, drones are being pulled off the line right now. Corrosive Biles are trying to hit. Are the Archons getting killed slowly but surely, getting whittled down here? Immortals, again, racking up the kills. 21 kills, 13 kills on these guys. Archons in the front, Immortals in the back. Queen's trying to handle it. Not happening. 14 Lings in production. 2 Hydras in production. Trap is up 102 to 88 total supply. Trap is going to do this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe Trap is going to do this after being down 40 workers. He just went for it, and I think he's going to make it work. Yes, Trap is making additional Lings, additional Hydralisks, 20 Banelings right now. But is 20 Banelings even enough to take down this army? Trap still has income. He's not done. Oh my gosh, it's 50 to 59 Harvesters. Trap is only down 10 now. How does he do that? I guess killing 32 drones of your own is enough. But he's still just kind of waltzing around the creep. Banelings, again, exploding upon all of these Immortals is fun. And you killed one, but there aren't Zealots, there aren't Adepts, there aren't High Templar for those Banelings to kill. All right, drones being pulled from this 4th base location along the left side. Actually not bad against Immortals, but Archons are a problem. Archons are a big-time problem right now. Doing that splash damage, trying to focus down the Hydralisks. It's 99 to 56 total supply. Trap has a lead. A big-time lead on his opponent. 50 to 33 total Harvesters, and Dark with the GG. Trap is victorious in this best of 5. Holy bananas! What an insane series that was. Gah. Okay, so that's twice we've seen that. That's twice we've seen Dark give Trap just a decisive economic blow, and then Trap say, I'm just going to go, I guess. I'm just going to go with what I have and see what I can do. And then masterful positioning, masterful micro, being patient, not just A moving, obviously dodging banelings, throwing down storms at completely perfect locations whenever he needed to, and it was enough. It was enough to get the win against Dark. Despite losing the last 2 games, Trap still had it in him. And he's moving on to the round of 8. Oh, okay. Well, let's recap, shall we? 28 probes lost, 70 drones lost. Again, I would like to remind you, at one point, Trap was down 40 workers to Dark. Dark had something like 70s plus, and Trap was around 30. And then he just kept macroing back home and kept attacking, cleaned up the attack in his main base, and called it good. 20,000 resources lost for Trap, but a full 30,000 lost for Dark. 276 lings, 28 hydras, 15 ravagers. That's 91 banelings that died. This is not banelings that exploded on targets they wanted to explode on. This is 91 banelings that were killed by storms, by archons, by immortals from distance. That's super impressive. 2 hatcheries went down, 45 creep tumors. Trap ended up losing 61 zealots. 9 immortals is a lot of zealots. 11 or a lot of immortals. 11 archons. A lot of immortals too. I mean, he took his lumps, but he managed to pull it out by the skin of his teeth. This is an epic best of 5. This is getting an epic tag. Wow. Protoss fans rejoice. What an absolutely huge win for you guys. But that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void Best of 5 series. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.